Every new Toyota comes with peace of mind standard. That's because you get Toyota Care no-cost maintenance when you buy or lease any new Toyota. Toyota Care covers normal factory scheduled service for 2 years or 25,000 miles, whichever comes first, as well as 24-hour roadside assistance and lockout protection. See your Toyota dealer for details and exclusions. Valid only in the continental U.S. and Alaska.
We make it easy on you.
Toyota, let's go places.
Call it Biden's Vietnam, Biden's Saigon, Vietnam 2.0, whatever it is. What is happening now in Afghanistan is a massive strategic defeat and a huge humiliation and debacle for the United States. Joe Biden, who in April ordered a massive, immediate, precipitous withdrawal of troops, now is facing the mother of all defeats. The Taliban are on the march. They've now just captured and taken over the second largest city in Afghanistan, Kandahar. Herat has fallen in the west. Helmand province is now theirs. They occupy over 80% of Afghan territory, and now they are doing the inevitable march upon Kabul. It is getting so bad that countless refugees are streaming and pouring into the capital city. They now fear a massive bloodbath. Already evidence is coming out of massacres, mass graves, rapes of women. It is becoming an absolute nightmare. And all of this is at the feet of Joe Biden. His military advisors, people like me warned, if you make a rush to the exits, it will lead to an absolute bloodbath. And that is exactly what is taking place. Joe Biden pulled out all of our air power. We lost air superiority. We pulled out of all of our military bases. We were pulling out troops so fast, I'm not kidding. The Taliban took over our military bases sometimes several hours after we abandoned them, keeping our weapons and much of our equipment. And so, as we've been pulling out our troops as fast as possible, we left our civilian people behind. Who does that? You pull out our military forces, but leave our diplomatic people, our civilian people, aid workers, contractors, like sitting ducks in Kabul at the embassy and other places? Well, now, fearing a Taliban onslaught, with street and gun battles taking place, with high-level Afghan government officials being assassinated in downtown Kabul, now Biden has done a reverse course, an about-face. He has now sent in 3,000 U.S. troops to try to pull all of our civilian people out. It now resembles Saigon at the end of Vietnam. The enemy is marching inexorably towards the capital. They are now about to deliver a massive strategic defeat to the United States. We have abandoned our allies, and people, refugees, are begging for help with horror stories. All of this need not have happened. Biden bungled the withdrawal. He bungled the endgame. This could have been done in a much more thought out, responsible fashion. The biggest mistake, and the generals warned him, you don't surrender air supremacy to the Taliban. You don't stop giving the Afghan military intelligence assistance. You don't just pull troops out as quickly as possible without giving the Afghan military the time to consolidate and fend off the Taliban in key battles and key cities. Instead, this was a haphazard, precipitous withdrawal. The sooner, the better. And now Biden owns it. He owns all of it. And watching is the world. And what the world is now concluding is that America is no longer a superpower. That a ragtag bunch of Islamist guerrillas who don't even wear underwear, with Kalashnikovs and AK-47s, nothing more, can wait out the great Satan. And watching is China. And China now sees it can conquer and invade Taiwan, and Biden will not lift a finger. My friends, the American moment is now over. We are no longer a superpower, but a paper tiger. We cannot win our wars. We know how to get in, but we don't know how to win. Not since World War II have we decisively won a war. And that is because we no longer have the stomach, the courage, the heart, the will, or the determination to do what needs to be done. And the world is now noticing, like the late Roman Empire, we are now living off of our capital, off of our past, and off of a fake authority and prestige, which is now diminishing and dwindling. Joe Biden will go down in history as the man who lost Afghanistan. And my prediction, you will see a genocide in Afghanistan, crimes against humanity, and the Taliban will use Afghanistan to launch numerous terrorist attacks against Americans and against American targets in the Middle East, in Europe, and eventually, yes, right here in our homeland. Joe Biden is now the Jimmy Carter of our time. He is a failed president, and he is now staring at Vietnam 2.0. All of this need not have happened, and that's why you don't install a demented, unhinged fool in the White House. He is a national security threat. To all the liberals out there, do you believe me now?